Okay, so I never show my feet on camera because, like, I probably should have just clip my toenails after this. But this is just documented proof of like them trying to create Paronychia, and I'm gonna make another video to show how I set up my toes to be protected from them being able to put mucus on my feet, because this is what they do to target individuals, create paronychia in the hands, the fingers, so you can't work, the toes, anywhere near the feet, to where you can't work. So they try to put it in my big toe, and in my big toe, it actually turned, let me see, it actually turned black, and I wish I would have recorded it, but my products healed it, and then the scab came off. I don't even think you could see I don't think you could see the scar. It's faded, but it's right there. So then they tried to put the paronychia in between the toe, and that's what this is. This big scab right here. But then now they're trying to put it under the toe, and so that is kind of like painful. Um, I did a workout, so everything's kind of everything. I did a workout. Um, I'm about to hop into the shower, but like, they just, I'm gonna pause the video, put all the armor on, and then take it all back off so I could get a shower. Every single toe. And as you can see on the bottom, they are, first of all, my feet don't normally look like this, but it already started to feel better. Like, it's still, whatever they were trying to build with Paronychia, what they were trying to build, it already kind of feels better. And my feet, again, don't normally look like that. But um, I put, like I said, I tape around the copper, thin copper, thin tape, and then I put these magnetic silicone rings on each toe, like I have on the big toe. Okay. And Lord, please excuse me for my feet. It's just, that's like the main reason I never wanted to make this video. Like, I take care of my toes. Actually, I probably should have waited, but I ain't got time. They're always attacking my feet aggressively with directed energy weapons, the sonic propulsion. So it's like, I could sit here and get a pedicure and they burn. I could sit here and spend 6 hours cleaning my nails and they just damage them. So it's like, I just kind of left it alone. But you put the silicone rings on, and the main reason for this video is because they started to document the Paronychia and the process of what they do. So, like I said, they started with the big toe. I prevented them from doing the Paronychia on the big toe. Then they started in between the toes, the big toe and the index toe, whatever it's called. Now they push back to like below the toes to slow me down and stop me from walking and working. And this is what they do to target individuals. They create sickness to slow them down and stop progress. And I don't like to stop. So I don't like to be slowed down. This is a separate video on sleep deprivation. So they were messing with my sinuses to where I can breathe properly, and they were trying to prevent me from going to sleep. So I couldn't work properly, and the signals, electromagnetic frequencies and signals, were too strong. They were getting through my Faraday beanie, causing me to have dreams and not be able to sleep. But then I remembered cowhide, right? This is my cowhide hat. This is like my emergency situation. The only reason I don't use it is because they hit it so much with the frequency that it can dry the brain out, and in the long run causes more harm than the good that it was supposed to do, because of how much it absorbs and then how much your brain absorbs. So the whole point of this system is to dry your brain out, fill it with mucus, dry out the mucus, conduct as much electricity, so your brain is absorbing all of those electromagnetic frequencies, drying the mucus, and then they are able to amplify the V2K as loud as possible, so that you can't sleep. The good thing about it is they need those microwave pulses to constantly keep your brain alert, and to interrupt your sleep. But this absorbs those frequencies. So what I do is I combine them. This to block the electromagnetic frequencies as much as possible, and I put it underneath the cowhide hat. I put it underneath, and this absorbs all those pulses. Like they just be pulsing, trying to keep you awake. It absorbs them, and it's really, really good. For these last few days, it's been helping me just get sleep. The only reason I woke up tonight is because they started creating paronychia on my foot when I was walking last night, which means they probably started it earlier in the day and it just got bad last night. But I'm taking care of it now and getting the blood flowing through my feet as soon as possible to filter out the mucus or whatever they have building up. And for today, this is the final product. So you have the silicone toe rings. I have one metal or copper ring on the index toe, and that's just for me. And then I have the magnetic silicone rings, and then I have the copper around every single toe, and it already starts, feeling better. And then I would just walk on that for usually it takes you get immediate relief, but it usually takes like an hour to 2 hours, but I end up keeping it on all day just to make sure that whatever they were doing gets healed immediately. No antibiotics, no medication, your body is naturally healing itself. And that is how I take care of my toes, and the toes are so important. Any of the extremities are so important. I have to be careful with my hands because they're too exposed and I don't cover them up. So with the hands, you can't do the same thing. That's why I just keep my rings, and every so often I have to get them, but they're like Kevlar gloves, hands with the fingers exposed. All the fingers exposed, but you get the hands and the arm covered up, and it's just really good. So I'm gonna put my sock back on, and then, okay. So this is what I put on my leg. It's part of my armor. So it goes like this to protect the knee, to protect the middle of the leg, all the way down to the feet. And this is how I protect my leg, and I've been doing it for 3 years. Magnets, magnets up here, uh, neodymium magnets, copper, shungite, and then copper and shungite, neodymium magnets in the middle of the leg. Oh, and I forgot my copper bracelets. So my copper bracelets and anklets as well on my ankle. Copper magnet bracelets and anklets on my legs. Like it's full leg armor. And it is there. It stays there. It allows me to walk, work, keep going, keep the blood flowing, stop them from hitting my feet to where I get sick. So, and then I put on a copper compression sock to hold it all together so it ain't loose and shaking and moving. Anything else? Oh, afterwards, I put on this neodymium anklet to block all of the sonic propulsion technology so they can't, like hit your ankle and like try to throw you off. This absorbs that entire microwave or frequency or whatever magnetic propulsion thing.